Well, this was a nice surprise because today we got hit with the hard mode, and where this may not look like there's a lot to this, there's actually a lot of stuff to go over on this, so I hope I at least hit it all here so we're not really missing anything. But the first thing you know is by going down next to your start button, hitting that little capybara blue icon, that'll get turned into the red one, which will then take you into hard mode. And I'm actually quite happy that we had that whole passionate bingo event and the fact that it did require me to use energy and I burned just about all of it up. So I didn't save any on this because you can actually go and fast forward through those chapters. In doing so, you can still go and get the packs. Now first, this will start off at $5 for going and beating Chapter 1. At Chapter 5 though, it turns into $10, and that's going to be the same for Chapter 10 and then Chapter 15. But the second you get past there, hit Chapter 20, 25, and 30 like I did, those are all going to be $50 packs. And I ended up buying them all just to kind of see what it would do for us, and it can get pretty expensive, not to mention you're going to find yourself running out of energy. At the same time of all those chapter packs, we also have the weekly pass. This will be $3, and as it sounds, it'll last you 7 days. This is going to get you 10% more for those mastery points. It even says that it goes and unlocks more story mode multipliers. So I imagine at 15 energy apiece, normally we can do 45. I think this might take it up to, say, whatever 15 times 5 is that 75? But at any rate, that's going to allow you to go and get more multipliers. And going into this, I'd say for right now, just stick to the times 15 until you're getting a little bit further in stock, and then you can start focusing on throwing some multipliers on there. And we also do have one more paid thing in here, which is going to be the Adventure Fund, based by how many floors or chapters you hit inside this hard mode. For $20, 75,000 gems just about. This is an incredibly good deal if you are looking to spend in the game. And as we said in other videos, you can go in and play with yourself or play with somebody else. And the main reason you would want to go and play with somebody else is for these Cappy Mutual Aid tokens. These are only going to get given to you when you go and play with another player. But don't worry, if you're out of energy, by going over here and hitting this association shop, you can click the little box down there. You won't use any stamina and you'll just get those association points for playing. I imagine that is going to be tied to that when you're 1.2 times higher power than the other person, so it's going to be one of those things that you're getting this when you're helping out a weaker player. Now, I don't have a ton of this currency. Looking over in the shop there, it looks like there's some pretty basic stuff, but if you do want to grind the game, this is kind of a free way for you to go rack up those points and just come over here and get some goodies. It's going to give us a chance to go and just do some farming in here instead of just going through doing all our dailies and saying, okay, do I push a chapter or do I just go and push the tower? This is going to be a way for you to kind of just play the game and not have to worry about that stuff. You'll probably find over the next few days that playing these chapters really aren't that difficult at all, but as far as this whole invite button down here, you can go and select one person there to play with, or doing this one-click invite will pretty much send it out to everybody that I believe is online. Still, if there's somebody specific you want to play with, go in there and select them, but you'll find that a lot of players are also sending you invites, and they will eventually time out. I mean, they'll still be on your screen here, like I have 4 of them right now, but if I go and click on it, it'll say something like party is full. Going through and beating a chapter or getting to a certain spot on it, you will have these kind of hard mode chests on it. And this is something that's another nice way to go and help us level up, which we'll talk about in a second. But going and getting these, we're going to get a bunch of these adventure books. Hate that they named it that, given that we have adventure books for the wheel, I believe. Let's just call them the hard mode books. And the other thing you'll be getting too is going to be the specialization points. They do have these random boxes in here too. I got 95 of them. Just might go and let these things rack up, open a whole bunch of them, but you can see the goods we can get inside here. They do also mention about that chapter ranking in this. I'm not seeing it yet. I'm thinking I might just need to advance a little further, but that's gonna be another thing to just kind of have some bragging rights in game. But now if you go over to your gear tab, you'll also see your specialization tab right after your artifact, and this is going to take you into 2 different trees, the adventure one and the general one. Now I would still go in and try to prioritize the attack ones over the HP and then those over the defense, but every time you go and upgrade one of these, you're going to get a level point. As you can see up top, I'm level 210, and that's going to increase your attack and HP percentage by 1% every time you get an extra level on it. Don't know if they're going to add more stats as I get further in, but already at 210 with spending over $200 on this is going to be something that hopefully it doesn't take a ton of money to get this upgraded. I think just going in every day and playing this is going to be the easiest way to do this, but it will take a little bit. Now the general one is going to be broken into 4 different areas. You're going to have your pet side, your mount side, your artifact side, and then your PvP side. And the adventurer side is going to be more of going and upgrading and getting some of those new skills in game. Now one of the things I noticed is going and upgrading these, if you only put 1 level on it and there's a skill that comes out of that, and there's no other skills that tie into that. So like 2 going into 1, you can just kind of go and unlock that next one by having just 1 level on it. So as you can see, my HP enhancement's at 2 out of 10, and I was able to unlock this adventure enhancement, and then that one allowed me to kind of do a couple of these attack ones and even this defense one. But that other adventure enhancement that's right above it there, I'm not actually able to go and get any levels on that, and the fact that it'll need to have all 3 of those kind of skills maxed out in order to unlock that one. But just something to keep in mind in there if you are going and upgrading your skills and maybe trying to chase after one of the better stats in game than what you're just upgrading that defense. If you're pretty new to the game and not seeing all this stuff, you will need to clear chapter 51, and they did also fix that whole resonance thing of where you go and say fuse 2 of them together, you could upgrade one with essence. That's been fixed now, so that should no longer be an issue. But I'm probably missing something on this. These are the big ones in my opinion. Try to focus on the attack, get those skills up, and if you do want to spend some money, really consider that adventurer fund that gives you the gems. But if you're looking at this and seeing that I dropped 200 on this and want to know how much I'm getting paid for making these videos, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.